Pakodah Shalom to 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, People Don't Understand the Money System. Hyperinflation is next. So anyway, this is a quote from Henry Ford. And the quote is right here. Oh, by the way, he's established the assembly line system, and he gave all of his employees, which he had Jake working, he saw all of his employees received a $5 a day wage, which adds up to, it keeps going up when you adjust for inflation. That's if it's 5,000, 2,000, it's about almost 1,300 a day. You work the 8-hour day, you got your bring home pay, because they didn't tax you back then. Your bring home pay was $1,300. So 1,300 times 10 is 13,000. Half of that is, what is that? 13,000. Half of that is almost 7,000. Almost 7,000 a week. 7 and 7, 14, 28, almost 30,000 a month. When you go back to, let's say, the 20s, before the crash, $5 a day represent about $1,300 a day. Bring home. Clear. Anyway, so people that make $50 an hour think they're making money. They ain't making no real money. They said it is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and money system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning, but before tomorrow morning. They'll be waiting for them when the sun goes up. The sun is going up, when the birds are chirping. So, Jake been suffering since they got over here, but now Esau's feeling like Jake. I had a scripture in mind. Damn, there's a handful of scriptures that come to mind. One of them is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, uproars of the people. But there was another one that I was thinking about. Another one is Revelation 6. Measure of wheat for a penny and a measure of barley for a penny. A penny was considered a day's wages for a Roman, I believe, centurion, or either a Roman soldier, because they were getting paid good. So I mentioned in the title hyperinflation. What people are experiencing is inflation. Prices go up. Hyperinflation means when prices, it could be one price. You go to the store at 4 in the afternoon. You get online to purchase what you got. You gathered. Let's say one item. Let's say a t-shirt is $10. By the time you cash out, the t-shirt might be $35. During the Weimar Republic, when they suffered hyperinflation, another thing is American people don't understand the money system. Neither do they understand history. If you fail to understand history, you are doomed to repeat it. So when you think about hyperinflation, you think about the Weimar Republic. A lot of that goes. If I ask somebody, what do you know about the Weimar Republic? They don't know. A lot of educated people don't know. Professors don't know. The Weimar Republic came about before Hitler came on the scene, and he reset everything. He made Germany great again. They were suffering. They went from inflation to hyperinflation. Another country, Argentina, they went through that. Argentina was like the Riviera of the South America. And this goes back to the 90s, I believe even the 80s. The dollar crash. They suffered hyperinflation. Venezuela, a couple of years back, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they were going into zoos, taking the animals, killing them, and eating them. There was cannibalism going on down there because of hyperinflation. Rwanda under Robert Mugabe, and I remember when that was happening, I was watching YouTube, pages where they suffered hyperinflation. So we're coming to that right now. That's why you got troops. The reason why you got troops all over the place, ICE and the National Guard, because really, when the situation changed from inflation to hyperinflation, that's when people are going to start going in. You had a rebellion called the Baker's Rebellion, and I went through this in another video. Look up the word Baker's Rebellion. I'm not going to go to it. Somebody can put it in the chat. Anyway, let me read this again. I'm sorry. It said, it is well enough that the people of the nation, this nation, do not understand our banking and money system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. This is Henry Ford. And he hated the small hats because they tried to rip him off. He needed finances to up his company, Ford. And they said they offered him money with high, I forget the exact percentage rate, but it was a high percentage rate. And he said, nah, hell with that. And somehow the spirit was with him. And I won't be surprised if he's a Jake, because he did help the people. When he died, every employee went to his funeral because he upped their lives. He set a trend. Everybody wanted to work for Ford. So anyway, this is what I want to go into. And these are Edomites. This chick right here, a Homestead Journey, Elder Malcolm likes her. I don't particularly like her because all she features is Edomites. She's obsessed by Edomites. I wouldn't be surprised if he's giving it to an Edomite. So anyway, let's go. I slowed it down. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. I put up videos before. I never got to receive the strike. So let's see what happens. These are Edomites, or what appear to be Edomites. Americans believe they're being bullied into poverty while the system profits. Well, this guy used you people, you middle of America, Bible Belt people, you put him in, and now you're suffering. He pulled a fast one on you. And you didn't think that was going to happen because actually, his first term, he wasn't all that bad. Everybody was saying he's going to do it. He didn't do that. So they figured, well, he's going to do the same thing that he did in the first term. He fooled you. Let's go.
How is anyone affording anything?
The American dream is dead.
What the hell is everybody out there doing that they can afford all this stuff?
With the cost of living and the cost of rent and the cost of food and like the cost of childcare and everything else, like how are people my age, like how am I always seeing people my age who are first time buyers? Like, is it that they've just been saving for like 20 years and have just been really, really savvy, or is there something that I'm missing?
I think it's possible that large portions of the United States will turn into slums.
They're not here to help us. They are here to take all of your money.
See, now, when we've been calling out racism, Esau says, well, that was in the past, and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, why don't you devils pull yourself up by your bootstraps? The system is geared to make you feel like N-words. And fuck y'all. You know?
Us fighting against each other along all of those lines. Because if we're doing that, we're not fighting against the billionaires who are the ones who are hoarding the wealth that we all need to live.
That's it. Hoarding the wealth. Hoarding the wealth. Oh, the scripture that came to mind was James. I got to go to James. James 5. Excuse me. And I may even read it. James chapter 5. Let me go ahead and read that in the NLT. Let me go ahead and read it in the Amplified. This is an Amplified. Misuse of riches. He said the billionaires are hoarding the money. It says, come quickly now, you rich. That's talking about the billionaires. If you're a millionaire and you want to meet Trump, he's looking at you like you're a welfare case. We ain't dealing with millionaires. We only dealing with multi-billionaires. It said, come quickly now, you rich. We know who the rich are. Who lack true faith and hoard and misuse your resources. Weep and howl over the miseries, the woes, the judgments. The judgment is found in Revelation chapter 18 that are coming upon you. Your wealth has rotted and is ruined, and your fine clothes have become moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver are corroded, meaning corrupt, and their coercion will be a witness against you. That's the money system, and will consume your flesh like fire. That fire is the missiles, of course. You have stored up your treasures in the last days. We're in the last days when it will do you no good, because there's going to be a change of worlds. You can also read Psalms 149, the whole chapter, because it's a short chapter. But the last two verses, I believe that's 5 and 6, the 5th and 6th verse. Look, the wages that you have fraudulently. This money system is based upon fraud. You could have had $100 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and buy certain things. Them same things that you can buy that back 30 years ago you can buy for $100. $100 went a long way. You might need $600 to buy. I'm just throwing numbers out there to buy the same thing. So when people say prices are going up, prices are not going up. The value of the FRNs are going down. And this is what you want. This is why you bitching right now, because you didn't see it coming, because you failed to, read history. The Weimar Republic. Recently, as of about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, Robert Mugabe, wasn't Rwanda, I just said it. It'll come back to me. Somebody help me out, okay? You had the Weimar Republic. You had the Argentina, the dollar crash. And dollars crash all the time. They just don't advertise it. It was not Rwanda. Was it Rwanda? Give me a second. Let me do this. Robert Mugabe. Okay, let me do this. Robert Mugabe. I believe this man is he dead? Okay, he died in 2019. He's an insider. I'm sorry, it's Mugabe. Give me a second. Robert Mugabe and hyperinflation. That's Zimbabwe. The land is Zimbabwe. I just said it. Let me see. Hyperinflation, Mugabe versus Mel Low Suffolk. Let me just open this up. I want to get the quick answer. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. when a country's monthly inflation rate exceeds 50%, meaning every month, if something's $10, the following month it's $15. $15 the following month is, what is that? Half of 15 is another $8. So we're talking about 20 some odd dollars. That is close to an annual rate of 13,000%. Things keep doubling. Not doubling, but going up by 50%. It qualifies as a hyperinflation. So let me do this. I'm sorry, let me do this. So you can do the history. This is the Cato Institute, financial organization. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Slobodan Slobodan Milosevic, the National Bank of Yugoslavia, war-related easy money policies contributed to hyperinflation, which reached an alarming rate of 313 million%. Ooh-wee. They just kept, and that's what the government is doing right now. Recently, I saw it one YouTube or somebody said it, so much news that they pulled out of thin air another 45, I think it was 45 billion US dollars, and they put it in circulation. So anyway, let's come back over here.
Dignified life in the 21st century.
So most people could not deny that the affordability crisis is here. It's hitting pockets every single day, and the people that it's hitting the hardest are the working middle class.
She's talking about the Edomite, YT Edom class. That's what she's talking about, because she has a love affair with Esau.
Am I the only one that's wondering how people are surviving now? I mean, let's just say you drive through a neighborhood, you see a house. You know, that house used to be half as much just a few years ago. Now it's twice as much. That's a big bill.
It's not twice as much. The dollar has lost its value by 50%. So it seems like the house is 250. Now it's 500,000. Oh, it went up. No, it did not. You just need double the dollars. But that's inflation. You're bitching about inflation. What are you going to do when hyperinflation hits? Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 16. Let me say this too. People don't scoff us no more. If you notice that, they don't come up on here scoffing. It's very rare that they scoff. Because things that we said 10, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and 17 years ago on YouTube, they said this ain't never going to happen. You guys are bull. You know what you're talking about. Now they see it happening and they're scared. And he's saying guys that came up against us about the MOTB not being a micro C-hip, they can see it, but they don't want to say it because they got to admit that we were right.
Major part of your expenses. You'll see people, they got a house, they'll have 2 new cars or 2 cars that you could tell they're probably making payments on. Let's say
fuck getting a car that you got to make payments on. If you can save up, get you a nice whatever. It's 2026. You can get you a nice 2020, let's say, from a dealer with a maybe an extended warranty. You go to the dealer, they're gonna give you like anywhere from about a 45-day warranty, so you can know if the car is good. Get 20,000, you save it up, or whatever the case may be, and then you just pay it straight instead of getting a $70,000 car that you damn sure got to pay on that shit. So this is what Jake does. You see him with these nice whips. They got to make payments. Do the research on repos, man. It's sky high, because people can't pay. So what they do is they play the ducking game. See, we everything that we said, and we went and we backed it up through the scriptures, is coming to pass right now.
You got a couple kids, even worse. You got a couple kids. Maybe
don't have a kid. In this society, a kid is a curse. It's a burden. You have triplets, that's a burden. Are you kidding me? Men get women pregnant, and they don't fight. I ain't taking care of a fucking kid. Fuck that bitch. You leave the goddamn state. This place is imploding on itself. You in real time.
They have to be in daycare because you're working. Daycare is insanely expensive now.
Day for children, she got two 2-year-old and a 4-year-old or whatever. And she said, together monthly is, I think she said it was almost $4,000. Well, goddamn, that's all your money. You might as well stay your ass home and go on public assistance and let your husband go. Hey, Isaiah 4:1 coming to pass. You Jake woman and you Edomite woman. You bitching now. I can do bad by myself. No, you can't. You need somebody.
Cost of everything. Cost of electricity's up. The cost of food's way up. The cost of insurance is double what it was just years ago. For everything.
I just paid my insurance. My insurance actually went down.
Your house, your car, both cars. I mean, I'm just wondering, like, paychecks haven't really gone up at all in the last 5 years since COVID started, but yet.
You know when paychecks will go up? When you leave your jobs, when you strike, when you make a little pact with your co-workers and say we're gonna not show up on a Monday. And then now, what's the boss gonna do? Fire everybody? What if you got 50 workers in there and they all don't show up? You're gonna lose a lot of fucking money. So you go the next day and you say, look, you've raised us 30% and we'll keep working. Other than that, we're walking. You know how hard it is for him to find 50 people and train them? These nurses in New York, was it 14,000 nurses just walked off the job? These doctors are frustrated. This is called an implosion.
Everything is just insanely more expensive. Are people really is it all a front?
And none of these idiots going back to history. None of them are familiar with, I can say, what's the Weimar Republic in America? What's common about them? What makes them common? What makes what is it? Robert Mugabe? What was the fucking I'm sorry, I got to go back. It wasn't Rwanda. Give me a second. Zimbabwe. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe from 91 to 96. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe from 91 to 96. Robert Mugabe leaves a legacy of economic And this was back in, it wasn't the 90s, this was a different time. Give me a second, let me open this up. Because we were going in this on YouTube. Give me a second, y'all. During the height of inflation in 2008. Yep, we were already a year in 2009. Here we go, right here is a chart. Zimbabwe inflation. 2002, 2003, it went up a little bit. It went up, down a little bit. It stayed the same. 2006, it was right here, which is that's inflation. Guess what? From 2006 to 2007, it jumped all the way up to almost 30,000%. This is what you call hyperinflation, and it only took a year to go from inflation. This is when everything was stable, right here. Everything was good. That's inflation. Oh, prices are going up. Oh my goodness. The very next year, prices shot up. That's what you call, this is inflation. This is hyperinflation. So that's what's coming to this place. And if you want to go back to normal, if you want to own nothing and be happy about it, get that chip. GMS is always right. Get that chip. Keep forgetting Zimbabwe. Let's come back over here.
People actually broke? And they have no actual money? Are they just leveraged with huge amounts of debt and that we just can't tell? It just appears like they're doing well? Or is everybody just rich? Like, what's going on out there? How are people affording a house and 2 new cars?
In your public school system, even in your private school system, shouldn't they have taught you a thing called hyperinflation? Went into the history of hyperinflation and what causes it to happen? No, they don't teach that. We look up to teachers, and teachers don't make their bums. Teachers don't make no fucking money. They're fucking struggling, bro. How you gonna get somebody that hasn't accomplished anything to be your teacher? How's he gonna teach you about life?
And taking care of a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and then just everything else. I mean, you know, you got all the other things you gotta buy. You know, doesn't matter if it's soap. You know, it doesn't matter if it's clothes, shoes. I mean, you know, there's just general life. Then there's just doing things. You go to the movies, you go out to eat sometimes.
Oh, I don't go to the movies anymore, period. I'll stream it when the price goes down. I ain't going to no movies and paying $20 to see no goddamn movie. That it might not even be good any damn way.
It's just everything. Everything's so expensive now, and I'm just wondering, what the hell is everybody out there doing that they can afford all this stuff?
Ain't no way. Ain't no.
Almost $60 for a fucking thing of GMO fruit.
Fucking way.
Who's gonna buy that shit? Some seedless grapes and some pineapple, all GMO. Almost if there's tax on it, you're paying $60.
Serious?
The American dream is dead. People don't have a future to look forward to. And it comes back to the cost of living now and the utter uncertainty about whether we'll be able to afford to live at all in the future. We can't count on our health care because your health care depends on your employment if you're so lucky, and the cost goes up every year. And if you lose your job, you also lose your health care. We can't count on good housing because the rent goes up every year. And
You kind of feel like Negroes now. Remember, y'all used to say you Negroes need to y'all stop complaining about slavery and pull yourself up from your bootstraps, however the saying goes. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, I'm telling that to y'all. Pull yourself up from your bootstraps. This is part of systematic, man. So we ain't shedding no fucking tear for none of you Edomites, you white tees.
a mortgage
Fuck y'all motherfuckers and see you in slavery.
has become inaccessible for way too many. If you have kids, you don't know if you're going to be able to afford to put your kids in daycare or what the cost of their education is going to be. And if you're aging, you don't know if you're going to be able to collect on Social Security, which was a promise that was made 90 years ago.
Social Security is chump change.
And now Donald Trump and Tom Barrett are trying to break that promise. The fact of the matter is that there are billionaires in San Francisco and New York who are eating the whole pie and are leaving the rest of us to fight over the crumbs, while they divide us with social media algorithms.
You're describing Negroes. But that's good. Now y'all the new Negroes. Y'all the new Negroes.
They want us fighting against each other, and Trump is a master at this. Every vector of division
You put them in there. You devils put them in there.
in society he exploits, whether it's race, religion, where you were born, gender, even partisanship, Democrats versus Republicans. They want us fighting against each other along all of those lines, because if we're doing that, we're not fighting against the billionaires who are the ones who are.
And you can't fight them because you're going to lose because you got the military to protect them. The military is to protect the super rich, not the average citizen. Anyway, Shalom, on to the next. One step closer to the downfall of this system. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Shalom, on to the next.